Good afternoon. Welcome to the kitchen. Good to see you guys. Kind of in this way. Hopefully you got your headphones on and you're ready to listen to this lesson. I'm going to bring you a small refresher on Newton's third law of motion. After all, that's success criteria number one. When you go home today, remember, we want to say, hey, how was school today? Well, school was good. Well, yeah, what are you learning about? Well, I'm learning about Newton's laws of motion. And the first one that we have to master is Newton's third law. Now remember, we said this last week in our activities. Newton's third law states, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? You'll need to know all of Newton's laws, but to be level 1 successful, the first law is to have Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And I have some examples here for you on our board. Okay? Newton's third law, action, reaction. When we blew up a balloon, and we let go of the balloon, air travels out of the balloon. That is the action, and the reaction is the balloon going all over the place, right? We see a force. The air, of course, is forcing its way out. This sends the balloon in a direction. When we're dribbling a basketball or when any kind of ball bounces, we have the action, which is gravity pulling it towards a larger mass. In this case, it's pulling it towards the floor. Once the ball hits, it pushes against the floor and the floor pushes back. This allows action, reaction as the ball bounces. And of course, when I go in for a dunk, I don't dunk a lot because I don't want to show off to you guys. I don't want you all feeling bad about your lack of hops. But, I basically fly. So what happens is we have action and reaction, right? My feet push against the floor, and when that happens, the floor actually pushes back against me. Now, those forces have to be equal. So in other words, I will only get as much force as I give. The harder I push, the harder I jump, the more action and reaction I get. So action pushing down, reaction, man, I go up and I just throw down on them. That's what happens. And then, of course, afterwards, I make sure to dab on them folks. D-A-B, I destroy all bacteria. You can do that when sneezing. Like, chew. Right? I knew that's what you were thinking. So, yeah, the next time you get ready to sneeze, don't do this and don't do this. Just dab on them. D-A-B, dab, destroy all bacteria. Let's keep everybody safe. Hopefully you're watching this and you have on your mask and you've been taking care of being socially distanced to folks, washing your hands, avoiding large crowds. We got this. We can all do this together. So Newton's third law of motion, action, reaction. Say it with me. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's Newton's third law, okay? So if you were like, okay, Mr. Maples came in and he said, oh, what you learning today? Oh, well, we're learning about Newton's laws of motion. Okay, well, cool. So how do you know if you're successful? Well, I know I'm successful if I can tell you Newton's third law. And that's for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Great. So then maybe he says, so what are your next steps? What are you learning next? Well, I'm going to continue to learn about Newton's laws. The next one that we're going to talk about will be Newton's second law. And that's the law of force, right? Force equals mass times acceleration. So let's say you look at him and you go, you know what? I'm good on the first, the number 3 and number 2. I know that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I know that F equals ma, which is force, equals mass times acceleration. Your force is equal to how big something is multiplied by how fast it's going. And then you've got Newton's first law, the law of inertia. An object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion. And these things will happen forever and ever unless they're acted upon by an equal and opposite force. Okay? All right. Today's law, Newton's third law, action, reaction. Action, reaction. Action, real action, right? And then, you know how I do action, reaction. Yeah, break that backboard. All right, Terrific. Today you're going to do a ReadWorks article about LeBron James and how he uses physics, Newton's laws of motion, in order to dunk and to be as fantabulous of a basketball player as he is. But before you get to that article, we do have one more thing to discuss. I'm going to get a small amount of board cleaner here. You're also going to take a little quiz today, okay? And that quiz is going to be over mode. Now, remember, what is mode? Mode is a value that repeats more than any other value, right? So in other words, if you have a value set of numbers and they repeat, the one that repeats the most is mode. And remember, you're able to have more than one mode, but you can also have no mode at all. Let's take a look at a couple of examples real fast. Okay, I erase my board here. So remember, we're going to talk about mode. And mode is what happens the most. Mode is what happens the most. Okay, so if I had data like, for example, 12, 15, 18, 21, 18, 15, 12. Okay, now I'm looking for the mode. Well, if you look, we have 1 12, 2 12s. Okay, we have 2 12s. We have 1 15. We have 2 15s. Okay, so I've got a 15 and a 15. Oh, look, I have 1 18 and I have another 18. Sweet. And then this 21, there's only one of it, so it doesn't matter. So for this, I would have 3 modes. 12, 15, and 18. Each of those numbers repeated, and these 3 numbers repeated the same amount of times. Now, if that happens, you have 3 modes. Okay, let's try another example. What if we had a group of data that did this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. What do you notice? Yeah, none of the data repeats. And so because of this, your answer would be no mode. No mode. If you have no repeats, then you have no mode. Okay? And that happens. Keep your eye out for that, especially on the mini quiz. There are 5 multiple choice questions, okay? And you're looking for the ones that show mode, okay? Now, you only get 1 chance at the mini quiz, okay? You can't take it over and over again. So when you get ready to access the mini quiz, don't go fast and don't just click on it. Don't. Each question's worth 5 points apiece. 5 times 5, 25. You make a 25 out of 25, you make 100. 20 out of 25 is an 80. 15 out of 25 is a 60. 10 out of 25 is a 40. 5 out of 25 is a 20. And 0 out of 25 is a 0. Let's do one more. What about 6, 2, 9, 5, 10, and 5? Okay, what do you notice? Just one, just one, just one. Ooh, look, 1, 2 of these. So our mode is 5. Okay? We worked on this in class. I think you're going to do a great job. Mode is what happens the most. Okay, so 2 things for you to do, okay? 2. Number 1, you need to do the ReadWorks article, LeBron James and physics. Number 2, you need to take the mini mode quiz, okay? Those are 2 things will comprise your grade for Lesson 1 Science Monday, okay? And then tomorrow, when you're at home, or if you're a Tuesday student and you're there, you'll have your next lesson. Now remember, this week there are 4 lessons, and you need to do all 4, Okay, it doesn't matter if you're Monday, Wednesday, doesn't matter if you're Tuesday, Thursday, doesn't matter if you're virtual. You have to do all 4 lessons. Each day counts for 25 points. So 25 Monday, 25 Tuesday, 25 Wednesday, 25 Thursday, put the 4 together, a 100-point grade for the week. On Friday, I will put all grades in Infinite Campus. So do your best. Take your time, read. You can listen carefully on the ReadWorks article. I put it where you could hit play and just listen to the article. But make sure, don't guess at those questions. Go back, find your answers in the text, and do a great job. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you in a little bit for lesson number 2. Have a great Monday.